emerging focus on urban development and administration is the first session, whereby we have to see that as elsewhere in India also urban development acquired a rapid pace to address structural transformation and absorb surplus labor from agriculture to non-farm sector. In 1951, manufacturing and services together provided 44% plus of GDP, which increased to 80% plus in 2019, with corresponding increase in the workforce from 31% to 50% plus. Thus, urban and economic development go together, go hand in hand to utilize competitive edge and dispersal of economic activities. This process of urban development also includes focus on urban planning, management, finance, pro-poor, environment friendly and sustainable delivery of services. Concentration of corona virus among 10-15 top cities from 5 states. Basically 11 cities have 70% plus cases of corona. This means specific lessons for urban development in terms of congestion and inadequacies in circulation, housing and other areas of service delivery. In spread of pandemic, post-COVID 2019 scenario has made significant impact on settlement pattern, communication and services and infrastructure. The new normal is emerging, which need to be given due attention by all the stakeholders to make the cities sustainable to deal with this type of pandemic. Urban development as per federal structure of India is state subject. There is a consensus among national, state and local level governments to decentralize funds, functions and functionaries for a citizen centric urban governance and take a reform agenda for smart solutions to serve the common man. 74th Constitution Amendment Act of 93 initiated devolution of political, functional and fiscal powers to urban local bodies. Further, urban policies guiding and supporting role covered National Urban Housing and Habitat Policy 2007, Street Vendor Policy 2009 and Draft National Urban Policy. Urban sector missions, there are 6 missions and state level schemes also are taken up by the tripartite system of governance, that is center, state and local bodies, which covered infrastructure, housing, livelihood and township development, etc. There is a governance disconnect which is reflected in the regional imbalance, functional and fiscal weakness of urban local bodies, illegal land subdivision, people develop unauthorized colonies, illegal construction and land use conversions, encroachment in the parks, roads controlled by mafia, parking mafia in our cities is commonly seen. There is a broken city, administrative city is separate, there are other agencies which are also delivering urban services and the jurisdiction of all these agencies overlap. There is a multiplicity of agencies and coordination between them is a key issue. There is a major issue who is in charge of city. Governance disconnect also covers low legal compliance in case of laws, codes, bylaws, etc., inadequate laws and legislation, gap between planning and implementation of various schemes, lack of community awareness and participation with various initiatives of local government, and overall low priority of political economy on urban sector. In addition, there are urban areas outside municipal system which do not have a proper planning and follow up. These include census towns, which cover almost 50% of total urban centers in the country, outgrowth, urban agglomerations, illegal land subdivision outside the city, unauthorized colonies outside the jurisdiction of city, and land use violations. However, the Government of India, states and local bodies have taken up action plan during successive schemes and programs. These cover regional and comprehensive local urban planning, efforts on accounting, budgeting and asset management reforms, affordable housing and poverty alleviation, normative and consumer friendly delivery of services, and smart solutions and e-governance for service delivery and grievance redressal on urban services. However, there are synergy barriers which include top down rules, guidelines remain unfamiliar to common men, bottom up awareness is lacking, cooperation from the common man is also not up to the mark, and overall participation by different stakeholders is low. Right from grassroots level, town hall, state, center, and basically at the core the citizen, a proper coordination among all these stakeholders is needed. There are several innovations emerging which need to be widely replicated. There is a need for synergy at ward committee level. Bangalore is one example where ward committees are set up and they have prepared a micro plan for waste management. Decentralized waste management in Bangalore is another example which has used various stakeholders, the private sector, community, municipal government and a common man. Finally, local councils in Mizoram are another single example which need to be widely understood to replicate the bottom up planning and bottom up management of services. Therefore, what we have to ensure that organization is serving the common man, the citizen is in the center of process. The urban development and administration need to understand the citizen centricity. Cities provide economies of scale and settlement for the productivity of manufacturing and services. Cities also operate as a service center to their rural hinterland, and now as a result of COVID, a new normal is emerging for urban governance, which also needs to be given due importance. It is an opportunity to correct imbalances in a way to develop the backward areas, to develop the towns in the states such as Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand, etc. And it will finally give a shape to the future growth of our cities and towns, which is able to respond to the requirement of time. Thank you.